Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love to see some tea, purr. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I am currently just drinking on some water because hydration is important. And yeah, so, but of course, as always, I always have nearby my cup merch. I got mug, peer, big brother cup mug. And you can get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And not just the mug, but any of our cup merch. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and we do ship internationally. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period. I am here talking Big Brother. It is Big Brother time. And yes, we have some Sunday episodes to talk about, as well as some live feed things to talk about. So we are going to dive right in there, of course. But, but, but first, subscribe to the channel. Get your fix on all things TV here that we talk about. So subscribe to this channel. And we are part of the Cup Network. So we have 3 other channels that we would love for you to subscribe to. So click the link in our link tree below. And you can get the links to all of our other YouTube channels, as well as our podcast links, as well as our Patreon, where you get early access from all 4 channels and exclusive content across all 4 channels. So check out all of those things. We appreciate you supporting us, and we will continue to give you all the content that we can give you. You know, period. But let's get into it. Let's get into it. Um, Sunday's episode. Let's start there because we gave you all our live feed things on our Saturday episode. So let's start with what happened on Sunday's episode. We saw what the HOH was, which was the balance beam. We had to go run across the balance beam and hit uh, numbers on your way as you go. And then once you hit all the numbers will reset and you can hit them again. And whoever had the most points will the will win the will win the win the game. Will become HOH. I don't know why I just had a brain fart just that second, but whatever. But whoever gets the most points wins the game. Um, People were doing well, but if you fell off, of course, you had to start over. So people were doing well, but then of course they would fall, and so they would have to start over. But in the end, a few people got through most of it. MJ was doing really well, and then she got to the end, and then she fell. um, Cedric ended up winning. Cedric is the HOH, and we love that for him. He's the HOH, and so of course now the conversations start. We People want to talk about who he should nominate. Kenny, Kenny does his normal song and dance of how much he wants to go home, but then he wants to make an alliance with Cedric and Tucker, and with maybe Cam in it, the Shake 'em Up Boys or whatever. Because now Kenny decided maybe he doesn't want to go home, but he kind of does want to go home, but maybe he doesn't. He don't know. He don't know. But we did see um, him talking to Kenny, and Kenny told him he was an undercover cop, but he in turn told Kenny that he was in the Marines. Um, we saw all of this back and forth between who Cedric was trying to decide on putting up as initial nominees. If you were here for our Saturday show, you know we spoiled all of that in our live feed spoilers. But officially, I mean, a lot. Here's the thing: this Sunday episode wasn't a lot for me personally. Like, I was trying to figure out as I was watching the show who came out looking good in this episode, who came out looking bad in this episode, who would like I don't know who America would feel like they need to vote for. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I still have no clue. Honestly, it was beyond. The episode wasn't that good. It was a filler Sunday episode, and like if you watch live feeds like we do, we already know what happened, so we know what the things are, and so it's really like just to see what the comp actually looked like. You hear people talking about it, but it's like what it actually looked like. Um, but the initial noms are Angela, Kenny, and Tucker. Those are who Cedric put up. Um, and so that's what we see in the episode is that um, Angela, Kenny, and Tucker, because Cedric told Angela she pretty much volunteered again. Kenny much volunteered again. Tucker pretty much volunteered again. That's why it was so boring at the beginning of the week. But baby, now they're starting to spice it up a little bit, and we'll get into it when I get into the live feeds because they are trying to spice it up just a little bit. Um, and what's going on, but that was Sunday's episode. Honestly, it was a lot of nothing. Mm. But so I'm just gonna go right into the live. I know this seems very short and very like nonchalant and to the point, but that's really what it was because it really wasn't anything going on. So I'm not gonna hold y'all and try to keep y'all around here to talk about fluff talk because I don't like fluff talk either. So there was our nominees. That's who we ended up being. Um, so yeah, we're gonna be done with that. We're gonna get into our live feed spoilers. Spoilers. I can talk live feed spoilers. So if you don't wanna listen to live feed spoilers, I understand. Just know that we will be recapping the shows Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Thursday will go live right after the live eviction here on this channel, and we'll talk about that as well as Wednesday's show and some live feed things. But we'll be back. So we'll be back here on Thursday to talk all things Big Brother. If you don't want to stick around, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But we are about to get into our live feed spoiler. So if you don't want to hear that, I will see y'all on Thursday. Let's give them a minute to leave. Okay. Now, so like I said, live feed started to spice up yesterday and today because of the fact that we did find out that we had a winner in our veto, and the veto was won by Tucker. And um, so Tucker wins the veto. And Tucker has been going on and on and on and on about finding out from Chemo that Quinn has power. And they wanted to get Quinn to tell them that he, in fact, does have this power, but Quinn has been keeping it. He told a couple people who told a couple people who told a couple people. So now everybody knows. But Quinn hasn't told the people who he was in alliance with that straight up, like, yes, I do have this power and this is what it is. So they're trying to get Quinn to admit that he has this power. Tucker goes to Cedric and is like, look, Quinn has this power. Um, and he can use it. Da da da. We should flush it and get it out. Um, and so Cedric is kind of like in between a rock and a hard place because he's working with Quinn, but he doesn't want Tucker. But he's also just got into this group with Tucker and Kenny, so he's trying to protect himself on that front as well. So he's kind of like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Why would we go for Quinn? So then Tucker tells him about the power. And so Cedric is a little annoyed because he's supposed to be working with Quinn and he didn't tell him. And so they go on this mission to try to get Quinn to tell them. And so they ask him about it. He doesn't say anything. Joseph asks him about it. He doesn't say anything. Tucker asks him about it. He doesn't say anything. So Cedric asks him. He doesn't say anything. So they're like, how can we trust this man? How can we trust him if he's not, you know, telling us things? And so Cedric is trying to figure out what to do. He pulls up Chelsea. They talk for a minute, and Chelsea is like, we need to stick with the Pentagon. The Pentagon is strong, and in a few weeks we'll have the power. We can run this house and, get to where we need to go. It's as simple as that. We don't need to do anything extra. Let's just stick with the Pentagon. And Cedric is like, but what if somebody in the Pentagon ain't being honest? You think everybody's being honest and truthful? And she's like, yeah, I mean, we know we have a problem in Cam because he's hanging out with Leah this whole time and all the time, and it might be time to get rid of Leah. But I think we have a great thing going with the Pentagon. And she's like, we can deal with the Cam problem later. He's like, yeah, yeah, but uh, hmm, he don't want to say it. Cam ain't who he talking about. He's talking about Quinn. But she's like, we need to just stick with the Pentagon. Let's ride this out. And he's like, oh, yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk. And so Cedric is going a little nuts. He's like, this is a lot. This is a lot happening. I got too many voices and people coming in my ear. I'm trying to do the right thing for my game. I'm trying to do the right thing for my alliance. And I don't know. I don't know. And so Tucker comes up with this plan because after he wins the veto, he's on cloud nine. He's like, period. Let's come up with this plan. He said, I got an idea. I'm going to use my veto not on myself, but on Angela, right? And then you replace Angela with Quinn, and then I will beat him in uh the AI arena, and then we vote Quinn out because he has this power. Blah blah blah. And so for a moment, Cedric considered it. He did consider it. He was like, maybe this might work, but what if I don't put Quinn up? Because me putting Quinn up looks suspicious to the rest of the Pentagon. He was like, what if I put up Leah or MJ? Like, because he knows about MJ's power as well. And so he's like, what if I put up MJ? And they were like, well, maybe we can convince MJ to not use her power, not use her, her veto and take herself off because we can convince her that she's safe no matter what, and she can save her power for another week. And so they were like, that could work. And they went on this mission to tell MJ that if she goes up, she's 100% safe. There's no way she's going home. She's like chemo and like Tucker last week. Like there was no way they were going home. It was never them. And it was never her. And for a minute, she thought about it. She was like, "Really? Think I could save it? I could do that." And they were like, "Yeah, you can definitely do that because nobody's coming for you, and um, They said, so nobody's coming for you. So she was like, oh. So for a minute, she was seriously thinking that she might not use her power. She could save it. Um, she'll go up. She can play in the arena, take herself off in the either in the take herself off in the arena or whatever. But um, that's where we kind of left off this morning, and they were like, "That's probably what we'll do, and we can just let MJ not use her power and da da da." Da." Well, y'all, just like everything else in this crazy house, things change in an instant and things happen. Shout out to Big BB Updates for the graphic because this is where we're at. They did put up MJ. Uh, they Tucker used the veto on Angela, so she's safe. Um, Cedric put up MJ. She used her power, and so now we have another renom who is in America's hands. We have a vote this week on who goes up. And from what I'm hearing, what these Twitter streets are saying, and I'm only going by what the Twitter streets are saying. I don't know. The Facebook streets might be saying something else. The casual streets might be saying something else. But from what the Twitter streets are saying, it's looking like they might be coming after Quinn anyway. So they still will get what they want with Quinn. But the Facebook fans seem like they want to go for Joseph. I don't know what that's about. And I don't know what the casuals, if the casuals even vote. But who y'all thinking? What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments below who we voting for. Because don't leave your girl hanging. I want to be on the right side of the vote. Are we voting for Quinn? Are we voting for Joseph? Is there somebody else? Let me know. I might put a poll up on this week on this video. But y'all let me know in the poll and in the comments who we voting for. Like America, we gotta vote right. We need to stick together. It's a lot of voting going on to make them the right votes. We need to choose wisely in all of our decisions and all of our votes. So y'all let me know so your girl won't be voting the wrong way. Let me know who we voting for in this upcoming vote that we go get on Wednesday. And the crazy thing, that person's gonna find out live at the eviction, so they won't even have time to prepare for anything. So what we doing? Tell me that. That's all I want to know. What we doing? But other than that, y'all, like I said, I'm not gonna hold y'all. This was pretty much a short week of what was going down, and yeah, I, it's gonna be interesting. Let's just say this week is going to be very interesting. We'll find out what the actual veto was on Wednesday. That Tucker won, but I can't wait to see how this veto meter went down. We heard the aftermath. Now there was some aftermath from the live feeds today because apparently Tucker called out Quinn about what he, talking about the power and how good of a player he was, and that's why he's calling him out. And people were trying to calm it down. They didn't want to make it a big thing, but Tucker was like, I just didn't want to, be here with you later on down the road and you just get so good and da 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 da. Y'all, what y'all think? What would y'all think? And this is me throwing out scenarios. What would y'all think if because me personally, want Kenny out of that house. I need Kenny gone. Like, he didn't threaten to quit. He wanted to go home since week 1. Why are we keeping him there? But what if the script flips and people start be like, but what about Tucker? No matter who's the third nominee is, what about Tucker? He's won 2 competitions. If Tucker is don't win the AI arena. Y'all have to look at that, right? They would have to look at that. They would have to send him out that door, right? No matter who he's up against. He's won a veto and he was cocky enough to take somebody else off the block when he was sitting on the block. Why would we keep that? I I don't know. Me, he would be number 1 on my list to go. I mean, I would hate to see him go because he's cute, but he would have to go as far as the game stands. You know what I mean? How would you keep him there? How? I don't know. I don't know. But yes, so the final noms are Tucker, Kenny, and a renom that we will choose on Wednesday. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but we'll be back Thursday to talk about it all. Um, Thank y'all for watching. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on your way out. Follow all of our other channels. Go to our link tree in our description below and click on all of our YouTube links, audio podcast links, our Patreon link. Join our Patreon. And you can keep scrolling down and you will find the link to our merch link so you can get your cup merch. And yeah, we go get out of here. So cheers, y'all. Cheers. Hmm. From way, way, way outside the Big Brother house. This is the Cup TV. Love yourself and only yourself. Good night, house guests.